Hi! So in today's video we are actually going to take a look into this program called Spark AR, which is a program made by Facebook, and it is going to enable you to create a filter for Facebook and Instagram. So I say let's take a look into what we're going to make. I am going to start the screen recording now. Here we go, you can see my screen. This is the user interface of Spark AR. I'm going to link the download page in the description box down below. Yes, so on the top of my head it says your TikTok dance. It moves with my head, and then once you tapped on the screen it's going to start the randomizer. Well, it's supposed to start the randomizer, but I noticed that it doesn't always work. And then we play the camera and see if it works now. Yeah, it's working. So you can see the randomized sequence just running, and then it ends with Get Busy. That's Sean Paul's song. I'm going to create a new one. You're going to go and create a blank project. Now, what you need to have at this point is you're going to need to have the idea of what kind of filter would you like to make. So obviously you are going to have to create the picture you would like to see above your head, whatever you want to have in the randomized sequence. In my case, I created just like a text file. I made it in Photoshop and then I saved it as a PNG file. PNG file makes sure that the background is transparent, so you're not going to have like a white or black or whatever rectangle, colored rectangle on top of your head. Okie dokie, so as you can see we have our model here. Fine. What we're going to have to do first is we want this rectangle on the top of your head to actually follow your face. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an object called face tracker. This is going to track your face, and then to this face tracker we're going to add a plane. This is going to be the rectangle. Now as you can see it's actually in front of your face, which you would not like to have. So we're going to move it up a little bit. You're going to have to drag it with these arrows next to it. As you can see, the three arrows are actually representing the three axes, X, Y, and Z in 3D space. Right, I'm going to stop the video because it tells me that he keeps moving his head. Now I think that the rectangle is kind of small, so I'm going to have to enlarge it. How you do it is that you click here. You can either click here and then you can resize it with using these arrows, or you can either go into the right hand side menu and then you can do it with the scale. It's up to you what you like to have. I'm going to start the video and see how big the rectangle is. Make it a little bit bigger, and we're going to put it a little bit higher. Good enough. Right, so we have this one, and for this plane we're going to create a material. It pops here. This is going to be I'm going to rename it to Start. This is going to be the starting image. To rename the plane as well, this is going to be also I'm going to say first frame. Right, and then what you can actually do, okay, as you can see the first frame is already linked to the start material, but the start material doesn't have a texture yet. So we're going to have to choose a texture. You just click on choose file, and then it's going to be this one. It's called TikTokStart.png, and then as you can see it appears already on top of the head, which is great. But now we're going to have to add the other 7 images which are going to run as the randomized sequence. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to add a asset, which is going to be an animation sequence. We're just going to put it like results. I'm going to name it results. In this case, I'm going to, for this results, we're also going to need to select the texture. The texture is going to be the 7 different images you created. Right, And we're going to choose file, and what you have to do is you actually just select all the 7 or 6 or whatever, doesn't really matter, images you created, and then you open it. Great. You cannot see anything, but it's there. As you can see, it already says 1 to 7. Awesome. It doesn't matter that you cannot see it, don't worry. At the controls, you're going to have to enable loop and randomize, and you can also change the frame per second. It doesn't really matter, you can leave it at 25, I think that's fine. Good, good, good. Now we also have to put the animation sequence on top of a plane. So what we're going to do in this case, we're going to just go back to the first frame plane, the first plane that we've actually created, and then we're going to duplicate this one. We're going to rename it as yeah, the sequence. That's a good name, I like it. Right, the sequence. And what we have to do is, because we actually copied it, this is duplication of the very first plane we've created, so obviously on top of it, it has a material, the very same one as the first frame, which is going to be your TikTok dance statement, sentence, I don't know. So we're going to have to change the material. And we're going to say create new material. It pops up under asset materials, and then we're going to name it sequence material. Right, then you select this sequence material and you go on to choose file. Oh no, then you're going to go click on here next to this thingy, I don't know, this checkered background, and you're going to click on results, because this result is actually, as you can see, it's already related to the animated sequence. So you're going to select this one. Aha, so cool. Now you can see your TikTok dance, so the very first frame that we're supposed to see. Oh my god, I'm getting all this into my face. So you can see the very first frame with the question, or in my case your TikTok dance, and you can already see the first frame of the randomized sequence. Now obviously we don't want to see both of them at the same time, so we need to bring some logic into this whole, right? So what we have to do is we're going to click on view, and we're going to click on show hide patch editor. It's going to pull up this board, I guess. This is the patch editor. This is where all the logic is going to be brought into your filter, right? So in my case, because I want to go with the screen tap, we're going to add a patch which is called screen tap. Funny, screen tap. Great. And then we're going to add as you can see, there are two outlets here. One of them is tap and one of them is 2D position. In this case, we're going to go with tap. You can just click on it, drag it out, and then already appears a little rope or connector or cable, whatever you like. And then we're going to add a switch. The switch is there. The switch says flip, turn on and turn off. If you actually would like to have more information on the switch or on the patch we're selecting, then you can click on it, and then it's going to right click on it and then patch info, and it's going to give you some kind of information. However, if you're not familiar with this Spark language, or I don't know, programming, I don't know what this is, to be honest, then yeah, then it's not gonna say a lot of things for you. So what I recommend is to go onto Spark AR community Facebook, and they do have some more information, and it's going to help you understand the logic. So in this case, you see screen tap, the switch goes, and then not. So what's not? When someone taps on the screen, it's going to not show the first frame. So here we're going to click on first frame, and then you have this little thingy here, it's called visible. You click on this little arrow and it's going to create a patch. And then we're going to connect it to the knot. And then it obviously has to display the animated sequence. So we're going to select the sequence now from the scene menu, and then you go to the right hand side, the same thing again, there is a visible point here or a menu point here, and then you click on this little arrow. It's going to create the patch, and this we're going to connect to turn on. We're going to restart the animation, play, and then I've already set up, no, here you can set up what your mouse click is going to have to simulate. So in my case, because I went for the tap screen option, it's going to have to simulate the touch. So let's act like we're going to enlarge it a little bit. Let's act like we're tapping on the screen. So as you can see, it displays the first frame. Great. We tap on the screen and then the animation starts running, and it's gonna run and run and run because we have not really built the logic yet, how long it has to run, how many options does it have to select from. So at this moment it's still not where we have to be. So we're going to stop this and we're going to build the second part of this filter, and it's going to start, we're just going to build a new patch flow, and it's going to start with the runtime, adding this patch, and then after runtime you can just zoom in and then you can see it better. And then after the runtime we're going to add the new patch called offset, and then after offset we're going to add another patch called equals, and here we're going to just add some random numbers, small numbers like 5 and 3, tolerance is 3, and then after that we're going to add another patch called loop animation. Here in the duration we're going to add 0.05. Watch out that you have to use a the point, the dot, and not a comma. And then after the loop animation there are two outlets. One of them is progress, the other one is looped. We're going to use the looped outlet, and we're going to add random patch. And after the random patch, here's the random. So what we have to do here is we define the start value and the end value. So in our case, I believe we have 6, 7. To me it says that I have 7 materials, but I'm really not sure of that. So anyways, we go with 7. So so in this case, in the random, we're going to define how many different options we have that it can actually choose from. So in my case, we have 7. The start value, you need to leave it at 0 because Spark AR is going to, 0 is already the first value. So we've got the random here, and then we're going to add another patch which is called floor, and then we're going to add another patch, but you have to create it from the animation sequence, and for that you need to click on your animation sequence, and you move on to the right hand side menu, and there is a current frame point, and then you can click on the arrow, and that is going to create the patch. And then you just, actually I wanted to still show you how you can upload it to Facebook. Right, so first of all you're going to have to save the filter. I'm just going to call it like YouTube tutorial. You save the filter on your computer, and then you go to your you go into this on the left hand side, you go and check on upload. It's going to make a check if it's actually okay, and then you can select publish new effect, upload, and then it's going to go to Facebook, and you pretty much just have to fill it out, and at the end of the day you just click on upload and progress, I'm not sure, upload. I heard that if you put it on Instagram then it takes longer to approve, so so far I actually only put it on Facebook and it took me like less than a day to get it approved, so that works quicker if you like. Guys, we are about to finish this tutorial. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, share and like, and I see you the next time. Goodbye.